Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View in association with Petzl. We do have some milder conditions in the forecast through this weekend, although the strong to gale force southerly winds will make it still feel distinctly chilly on higher terrain. Some powerful gusty conditions around at times. Low cloud, bits and pieces of rain and drizzle will sweep in from the south-southwest, always most persistent towards western coastal mountains. The chart for Friday has high pressure to the east, low pressure out over the Atlantic, and a waving frontal system just draped over Ireland, and that pushing some areas of rain up the west coast of Scotland and around Skye. Strong winds then across most of the higher terrain and very gusty over those higher summits, and locally downslope toward the northern side of some high tops as well. More eastern regions, generally drier and brighter, best of cloud breaks toward the north of the Cairngorms and northeast of the Pennines. North Wales too, doing pretty well, at least in the morning. Around Skye and the west coast, pulses of rain will come up from the south-southwest much of the day, easing off occasionally but frequently damp over these areas, likewise much of the west coast of Scotland. That front out toward the west will push further in through the afternoon and give some more persistent rain developing across these areas, and that moving into Wales too by this time. It could be almost sunset though before it becomes anything more substantial, but some wetter conditions pushing further in, and that will continue into the early evening time across Wales, getting into Cumbria and the Pennines too from around sunset into the evening. Much of the Pennines though dry until after dark. Some rain pushing east across Scotland too through the night into Saturday, and some further bits of rain and drizzle following from the southwest. Saturday's chart maintains mild south-southwesterly winds, still rather strong across the mountains, gales over higher terrain. We're just in a bit of a gap in between weather systems, so in terms of rainfall, not too much during the day. Dampness on the windward western hills with low cloud covering these areas much of the time. Some breaks around though, and locally could be substantially clearer northeast Scotland, anywhere to the northeast of high ground, even around the Pennines, and for Wales seeing some cloud breaks with a bit of sunshine poking through in places. Temperatures stay on the mild side but do factor in the wind chill, as it will feel quite a bit cooler. Western coastal areas are always most prone to seeing some drizzly rain on and off through Saturday daytime. Areas around Skye most prone to some steadier rain feeding in on that south to southwesterly flow. The next frontal system out over the Atlantic moving in by Saturday evening and night, with some heavier rain affecting most places through the nighttime hours into Sunday. That trailing front could well just extend back across England and Wales still from dawn on Sunday morning for a couple of hours, with some rain around there into the morning. That clearing eastwards though, a bit of uncertainty on the speed and the progress of that, could hang around for the Pennines and the Peak District for a few hours in the morning. Clearing from the west over Cumbria and across Wales, but some showers will follow on that southwesterly wind, and showers will feed into western Scotland rather frequently again. So rain on and off again through the daytime, one or two heavier bursts mixed in, a few showers pushing eastwards across the Highlands, but driest and best conditions overall focused on the eastern parts of the Highlands. Higher cloud bases here as well. It does stay another windy day. Strongest of those wind speeds looking likely to be in the morning hours, could just be dropping a touch through the daytime. Temperatures will tend to just lower slowly as well, and then a more marked drop of temperature by Sunday night as a cold front comes down from the northwest, and by the time we get to Monday, we could well see temperatures widely below freezing across the Scottish mountains. After a thaw over the weekend, some fresh snowfall is likely across the Highlands into the early part of Monday. Some further snow and possibly hail showers could feed in to northern mountains during the daytime on that chilly northerly wind. Colder air moving in across England and Wales as well as that front sinks southwards. Some showers of rain turning to snow over the higher tops during the daytime. Just keep an eye on the forecast for the detail and the timing of that. Quite a complicated forecast further onwards into next week, as we have that colder air moving in on Monday, and then we get some brief windows of higher pressure, but also some further fronts over the Atlantic trying to move through from the west. So windows of drier and calmer conditions interspersed with the risk of some rain or upland snow and some strong winds still, at least temporarily. So really will just be a case of watching the timing for getting some windows of better weather in the middle part of the week. But further onwards, it does look as though Atlantic southwesterlies take over, and through Wednesday and into Thursday, a deepening area of low pressure moves close to us, and that brings the threat of some stormy winds across the mountains, some rainfall and possibly some snow over the higher tops as well. Temperatures fluctuating quite quickly, I suspect, later in the week, but a rather turbulent looking Atlantic chart is most likely. You can find all your local detail for 3 days ahead on our website. That is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl. Thanks for watching.